Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Blun-Bung Radio.
I'm Ruru Monsoon.
This is Kage Palazzo.
And this is Revutaro, your three hosts for today's podcast.
And today's podcast is going to be called From Cocktails to Wine.
Our favorite subject here at Blunder and Bungle, alcohol.
only took 3 episodes to get to the adult beverage episode.
Is this the third episode? Is this the third episode?
Yes.
Oh, a hot diggity ding. Well, this just
Hot diggity dang!
shows how much I drink. I don't even know what episode we're on.
It's like I've wiped out so much from my memory at this point.
All I can say is thank you, bourbon. But yeah, what a great topic to discuss today. I think we can just start off with, let's just start with this. What is your favorite cocktail?
Oh, you would go into
I'm going to go right into it.
Oh, favorites. I'm kind of torn because I like the just knockout, like you're automatically pretty much on the verge of being drunk given by the AMF. And if it's made in a particular way, it even tastes extraordinarily pleasant, and you have no idea until it really kicks you in the butt.
Well, I think you're talking about the way that Revutaro makes AMFs.
So
if you don't know what that stands for, it's adios, motherfucker.
Yes.
But he does it in a different way. What is it? We called it something else.
Because of the way I mix my AMF drinks, it has become known in certain circles not as the AMF, but the HLV MF, which apparently stands for Hasta la Vista, motherfucker.
Yes.
I think it's all right to give a couple of recipes out here. So again, this is the alcohol episode. This is if you are not of drinking age.
You can listen, but you cannot participate.
Do not participate,
Do not participate
in such things. And to quote the Surgeon General warning, if you are pregnant and drinking alcohol, can lead to birth defects. Please do not drink and then operate heavy machinery or do anything dangerous. Alcohol is probably bad for you, so don't drink. But we're going to talk about drinking and have a good time doing it. So the adios motherfucker. What is great about this drink? It is my starter drink of the evening, and this is going to show how bad I am, because
how much he likes to drink. That's supposed to be your last drink of the night. However, Revu likes to do it as his starter cocktail before getting into anything else.
I will judge a bar based on how they perform
their
in making
AMF.
their AMFs. And the traditional way to make an AMF is going to be 1 part vodka, 1 part rum, 1 part tequila, 1 part gin, 2 parts blue curacao, 2 parts Sprite, and 2 parts sweet and sour. And so it's basically a Long Island iced tea, but all the clear liquids instead of brown liquids and Coke.
Which makes it this beautiful, like,
Bluish
green.
Yeah.
It's like being in the Caribbean, but it's going down your throat.
Put a dash of orange juice in that, and then you really have something
Revu,
special
I have never
right
seen
there.
you put a dash of orange juice in any of your drinks.
Mainly
Mainly just liquor.
I used to put a dash of orange juice in my AMFs when I was playing Ingress more often, because I was a member of the Enlightenment team, and that was the green team, and because it was green versus blue, we were not allowed to have anything blue.
Yes.
So as the enlightened folk, we all had to drink green AMFs.
Why didn't you just make an ecto cooler or something like that?
Because this was before I learned how to make that.
Oh, that's
Yes.
another good cocktail.
Yeah.
An ecto cooler. That's what we all drank
But
when
it ain't
the
kids'
Ghostbusters
drinks, my
came in.
friend.
No.
It ain't the kids' drink.
No. It's like basically jungle juice, isn't it?
It is almost like a jungle juice.
Do you remember what goes into the ecto cooler?
Sir, I can't remember even drinking the ecto cooler, let alone went into it.
Yeah. Once you drink it, it's...
I'm pretty sure I woke up upside down on a couch after drinking. No. That was after one of your AMFs.
Probably.
What about that zombie drink? I think I woke up just on the floor that one time.
I will admit, the zombie
This is
drink.
now turning into just, let's remind Revu how many incredible drinks he's made and how unfortunate he doesn't remember all of them.
All right. Well, a zombie is the drink that introduced me to how bad I react to Caribbean rum, especially Myers.
Oh, Myers
my God,
dark,
Myers,
dark
yeah.
rum. And any liquor that we do mention, they do not sponsor us. We're just lovers for good spirits. And so, yes, Myers dark rum, if you've never had it, it's a delicious.
But oh boy.
I've always considered myself as having several actual superpowers. One of them being that I do not get hangovers.
Except?
I used to be able to drink basically anything and drink lots and lots of it. And then Rue over here decided, hey, let's make this drink called a zombie. The next day, I learned that my superpower came with a kryptonite.
And it was dark Caribbean rum.
It was that dark rum, and
That dark rum, man.
my goodness.
And that is still in my liquor cabinet 5 years later.
I
you guys
rarely
afraid
touch
to
it.
use it because of that?
Absolutely.
Yes, he is.
Absolutely. If I use any of it, that is the only liquor that I measure. Everything else, anybody who's come to my parties will say, I just grab one, I'm like, pour, I'm like, oh, that looks like a shot. Oh, yeah, that looks like it's about right. No, the Myers rum is the only thing that I'll go actually pull out a little measuring cup and be like,
1 ounce.
Exactly 1 ounce.
I mean, to be fair, I did try to warn you because I do have an aunt that drinks that stuff just over ice. Well, okay, Linda, if you're listening, drunk. No, it is just, she would just drink that like just straight up over, or with some like Coke or something in it. That was her drink. In a mug too, because she'd have like 5 or 6 of them and it would not even affect her.
I feel like that dark rum is the kind of fluid that you put it inside something else, and first all the darkness sinks to the bottom, and then it rises back up and foams to the top in the shape of a skull. And like stares at you for a moment before you drink it, before it slowly just mixes in with everything
images
else.
of like poisoned apple from Snow White, and it's
I was
just
thinking more like an atomic bomb, how it's like a mushroom. Like it goes to the bottom and then it goes. But it's amazing.
Either way,
You feel great while you're drinking it, not just so great afterwards. It's turned into what's our favorite cocktail? Some more like what drinks have given us hangovers?
Yeah.
No. But no, yeah, so, okay, well, yours is so back to topic.
So
Let me
back
bring
to
us back
topic
around.
anyway. Is the AMF is one of my favorites.
Yeah.
And my secondaries that I like to go from on the sides is I like a good prickly pear margarita.
Also
That's
made
my
by our
favorite-
favorite Revu over here.
That's my
so
favorite
both of those
margarita
are drinks
type.
that I introduced you to.
Yes.
It's pretty dang good. As a matter of fact, I don't know if you introduced me to the prickly pear yourself or I tried it at a local restaurant here. I'm not sure if it's local. I think it's probably a chain. Zen Burger. They had a prickly pear margarita, and I wanted to try it, and it tasted so good that I was just like, this is my new favorite margarita.
Actually, to be fair, I think we all were at a restaurant,
all at the restaurant doing
together, and that's when we had it for the first time.
Oh, that makes
And then
sense.
Revu was like, I can make this. And he may have improved on it a
Yeah,
bit.
so you might have improved on it, but we did try it at
Yes.
that restaurant.
So I make my margaritas slightly differently than most places. The traditional margarita recipe calls for the tequila, the triple sec or
Contrayu.
and sweet and sour or
Fresh lime juice.
Well, no, I think that's how we make it differently. Almost every place I've seen uses actual sweet and sour.
Oh yeah, because we try to pretend we're doing low calorie, so
Yeah,
we go
sure.
with
That's what
that
happens.
never works.
so,
Agave completely doesn't turn into sugar in your system. That's,
No,
fair
no.
So yeah, our margarita recipe is more like 2 parts tequila, 1 part usually a whiskey in there.
or brandy.
Whiskey or brandy.
brandy.
Which actually is really good in a margarita.
Yeah, you wouldn't think brandy, but it adds a little sweetness to it. So
An extra 2 parts of triple sec, 2 parts a mix between lemon and lime juice, and 1 part prickly pear mix.
Are you guys writing this down? You guys should be writing this down.
Don't worry.
It's a great recipe.
It's going to be recorded for posterity's sake.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I was about to say
Then
we'll
let's just
link the thing in below, but I'm probably
think
gonna have
so.
a drink after this and won't
Yeah.
remember
Well,
to do
we'll,
that
we'll have to
anyways.
actually get a drink blog going if this catches on.
Yeah.
So that is your two.
That's my two. The third one is a good old fashioned what is it, cranberry teeny?
Oh, you just like a vodka and cranberry juice.
Yes, vodka. That's like if I'm really in a bind and I got nothing else, I can make that really quick.
Vodka and cranberry juice.
I drank that a lot back in the day. So those are my three. That's my favorite drink, and the two runner-ups right behind it. So yeah, simple.
Unfortunately, my favorite drinks I can't even make anymore. So I used to make a drink that never had an official name. The closest, everybody always affectionately referred to it as the red drink.
Yes.
We were so creative.
And it evolved into the purple drink and the blue drink as well. When we used different fruits for different colors.
Yeah.
So the red drink wasn't so much an cocktail as it was just an alcoholic smoothie. It usually started with a frozen berry base with frozen strawberries, a triple berry mix. I think that's usually blueberries, blackberries, and raspberries, and a couple cherries on top. Throw a bunch of ice on top of that, but then the flavors for it all came from a bunch of alcohols that I just can't find anymore. There was
the dragonberry
dragon fruit vodka.
That's it. Oh, that one was so good.
Dragon fruit vodka, and not only that, but dragon berry rum. Both of those are gone. And
it's funny. I think right now Kage is like Amazoning up. If you can find
if you can find
that. That's right, because that was part of the Bacardi line.
Yes.
Both of those.
Yes.
Well, no, one the
one was
Dragon
Sky.
fruit
You could get that at
vodka was
Sky. Yeah.
They don't. I haven't seen that anymore. But yes, and then Bacardi had the dragonberry rum that were the prime ingredients. Those two made
Oh, sorry. Okay, keep going.
Those two made the base of the flavor for it, and then there was also some gin, blue curacao.
Oh, I love blue curacao.
And is there anything else? I think that was it.
Yeah, that was a good one. It was just anytime I remember because he would have 3 different pitchers going during a barbecue, which was the red drink, a regular margarita, which was always kind of like a greenish, yellowish color, and then his AMF going. And then when they started getting low enough, they would just mix them all together.
Yeah. But here's the cool thing is that they have that in stock at Total Wine.
No, they don't.
Over there.
No,
I hate to bust your bubble.
don't.
Over there is closed.
No, it says that it's open.
Okay. Well, we'll find out after this podcast. We might be having a red drink tonight.
I'm in shock.
Yeah, that's called the corner, right? Yeah.
Sure.
Sure. Anyway.
Yeah.
Your turn.
Oh, mine? Oh, well, let's see. Oh, I'm so old. I love a good old fashioned. I love them because I'm a huge bourbon drinker. I love my bourbons. I used to be big on scotch, but now it's just so I like a good old fashioned, a grasshopper.
Oh, grasshoppers are so good.
Oh, the first time I ever had a grasshopper was actually in New Orleans when I went there for my birthday, and that's actually where it originated from. Was there? So.
And you brought that back.
I sure did. I think even Revu figured out how to blend that as well, because it's just a regular cocktail. But
I am a big fan of the blender.
Yes.
Because it just makes everything so smooth.
And then after that is a White Russian. So I like a good White Russian too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So those are and if I'm not drinking those, and then of course wine.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's why we have a gaming winos.
No one would ever thought
Never
that
thought,
you drink wine. I mean, let's see here. My drink that I even have to drink on our gaming channel is I still can't drink just straight red wine.
Well, you can if it's like the sweet red wine. You like, because you can get it. There's a few
Like
brands.
a sparkling red wine type of thing.
No, actually, sparkling red wine it always throws me off. I just
Really?
not the biggest fan fan of that, but there are a couple of sweet red blends that I can drink straight. But at the same time, I always feel like those have got to be just mostly sugar. More than
it's like a
anything
good
else.
Moscato when you
it's like
you
a
drink those, you're like,
dessert drink type thing,
I
yeah.
remember when, it was like he started moving into wine. And he's like, I discovered the most amazing wine. And I was like, oh, do tell. I'm very open to that. And then,
this was me just starting my
yes,
experimentation.
he's like, it's
so-
called Moscato. And I was just like, I eat grapefruit juice. All right, good for you, Kage. That's just
I was
pure
trying.
sugar.
That's just pure sugar. Hey, it gave me the palate to learn to go ahead and expand from that point forward. And having a place that allows you to go on a weekly basis to try out different wines.
You mean our house? Oh, no, Total Wine. Oh, okay.
I wasn't gonna call you out on it, but geez.
I am not afraid to admit I have a full bar at my house, and I am
Yes.
quite proud of it.
Yes. I was initially started at Total Wine.
I do
and
recall
More,
this, yes.
which does a weekly, like 3 times a week. You can go there and taste a selection of wine. And then, of course, I drank at your place because you had just everything.
Everything.
So, but yeah, that's how I learned it. And I'm actually very, I moved towards the dark oak, like when it bases in dark oak. And
Red or white?
Red. And I like it when it has plum and cherry flavoring.
So any kind, do you still stick to red blends, or have you moved into like Cabs and Merlots or Malbecs?
Well, it's been I don't usually drink wine nowadays because I'm trying to prevent myself from drinking.
Oh yes, you've gone on to
so
that healthy thing.
I've
that
been
people
going
talk
on a little
about.
healthy, so I haven't. The only time I experiment with any kind of drink is at your house. So
Sounds about right.
it sounds about right. So, but I'm more than happy to go ahead and try some Cabernets. Because I'm just totally just. Well, I'm just gonna be good.
So in that case, I was like one of the drinks that always struck me as the one that Rue specifically brought back to culture us over here on the southwest part of the country was the grasshopper.
Oh yes. My
Like,
second. favorite.
where was it that you got that from?
New Orleans. When I was in New Orleans.
And where did that even come from? Like, how did you know to try that when you were there?
Oh, so I went there, like I said, for my birthday with a friend, and we decided to do some research before we went to like find all the best restaurants and all this stuff. And so what they recommend is, when you're in New Orleans, you should definitely have a grasshopper. You can go to any bar, but we went to a nice, a little jazz club where they were doing a little jazz and stuff, and then that's where we had me and him had our first night. It's my friend Mike. We had our first night of grasshoppers, and after having, I'm pretty sure it's just, it's creme de menthe with creme cacao and heavy whipping cream. And those go down so well. So after, you're drinking one and you're like, all right. You're drinking two, you're like, oh. And after the third one, you're like, oh. And then you have to walk back to the hotel and you're like, so it was a good night.
And it's New Orleans, so
New
it's
Orleans.
the cobblestone road.
Yeah, definitely down Bourbon Street.
Yeah, definitely down Bourbon
So,
Street.
I love a drink that reduces you to sound effects.
we just make that's all you'll get out of me is like, oh. And then it's just the last noise of the night. And then I've had a good night. It's like, so, yes, no, that is definitely one of. So it's pretty much I wouldn't say my favorite because I do love a good old fashioned, but I can always have a grasshopper.
I mean, we've also experimented with many a drink, especially if it was gaming related. Like I can remember the Moogle being the one that we
oh my gosh,
experimented.
yes.
We tried the original recipe, and you guys were like, "Nope, nope."
Oh, what website is it that has those?
Oh my gosh, I forgot what it was. It was. I'm sure it was something. The
How
Drunken
did we
Chocobo,
even-
maybe? No,
Oh,
the Drunken Moogle.
it is
the
the
Drunken
Drunken
Moogle.
Moogle. It was the Drunken Moogle website, but they had a drink that was the Moogle.
I
Put
do
a link
remember
in the description.
Yeah.
Yeah,
put a
it
link
was
in the
kind of
description.
like, wasn't the original one, which of course Kage liked.
I loved it because it had grapefruit.
It had grapefruit.
Oh,
and
God.
And
yes,
yeah,
you remember?
these two can't.
We drank it
No.
and we're like, no offense. I'm like, but grapefruit juice is kind of bittery. And I'm like, if I'm going to eat or drink a Moogle,
Like
they're,
If I'm
you
gonna
know,
eat a
they're
Moogle.
so cute and small. You're like, you got to be sweeter than grapefruit. So, and then of course, you know,
like a Moogle should be, yeah, like fluffy and desserty, and so yes, we ended up making something that came out more like a milkshake.
we said we mean
The two of
basically Revu's like, I can do this so much better. And so me and Kage sat there and like, please do. And then he just went with it, and it, oh
so
my
yes,
I think you
it's,
included marshmallow vodka. Didn't
Yes,
you?
it's
marshmallow,
marshmallow.
birthday cake vodka.
Birthday cake vodka, marshmallow vodka, and
I think we did hazelnut liqueur.
yup.
Yeah.
Vanilla. It can be ice cream. I use frozen yogurt. And you top that off with whipped cream and a cherry for the palm.
Did you use any Irish cream? Was there Irish cream in that too?
Yes.
Maybe? Yes.
Yes,
So I mean,
I
it
think
is.
so.
And we put a little maraschino cherry on top, and it's just.
It was so wrong.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So we like to get drunk in
We
style.
do, yes. And I think another drink we tried from there was the cactar, and I don't think that came out well either because we were using absinthe with that.
Oh, what's wrong with that?
No, I was gonna say
Was it
I like.
good? Was
yeah.
that good?
Yeah.
I don't remember it,
You
so it
don't
must have been good.
Oh my God.
No, I remember us making the cactar drink, and it was green. And
See if you can find the recipe for the
Sure,
ecto cooler,
sure.
because I remember when
Oh,
the
I
new
remember
goes.
the ecto cooler.
Oh, do you?
Oh, he
okay.
does. You do
Yeah,
remember the ecto
the difference between just like a regular orange style drink and an ecto cooler is that ecto cooler mixes both orange and tangerine, and so the way we came up with the ecto cooler drink was that we got the tangerine ice cream bars.
Oh yeah, I remember this.
And blended those.
You can never accuse us of not being creative. I mean, look at the creativity. Who say alcohol don't know what they're doing?
Well,
Alcohol.
we know.
We know what
Alcohol
we're-
can be
We are
inspiring.
very functioning alcoholics.
I just can see my sister Melanie just going no. Now I want to drink.
Well, there's a couple of drinks that a couple of YouTube bartenders that I'm watching. One of them is doing drinks based off of the Final Fantasy VII remake, like trying to see the drinks that Tifa was giving Cloud, and definitely would like to try that with you guys one day. And then, of course, we'll probably do a follow-up episode and let you guys know how that was.
Oh, that'd be fun to even just record.
I was about to say, I will record this.
Yeah, you
we'll
want
like
to?
turn the bar into seventh heaven for a night.
There we go.
Hey, that's a good idea. Well, I know we actually we're thinking of having a new, on the same channel, it's going to be called Cocktail or Happy Hour. So we haven't
Something like
we
that.
haven't
We gotta
put
come up with
a
a
fun
fun name.
name.
Fun name
And it's
with that.
basically just me and Revu, but it sounds like Kage could come into this as well.
Totally will.
We'll be making just like a cocktail of the week, and so it'll be me following the recipe to the T.
And then
He's
And
good at that.
I'm very good at that. I'm very good at measuring and all that fun stuff, you know.
Guess
and
who's
then
not good at
and
that?
then it's gonna be
Revu and me.
Revu and Kage, just kind of eyeballing it,
Yeah, we do
and see
kinda
how that
eyeball.
turns out. So, and then we're gonna try each other's drinks, and see who will still be up on their feet at the end of the episode.
See
but-
which drink will we approve of more?
Yeah, that's true.
I already have one that I want to start that out with. A Belvedere.
What's that?
Belvedere. We
Uh-huh.
call it the George drink.
Is that what you named it?
Yeah. The real name is called the Belvedere.
Oh, all right.
I just call it the George.
George
I
drink.
never knew that this thing had an actual name, but
Yeah.
this is one that I. So
My friend George sent me this drink, and I was just like, "It's
This
a George
is-
drink."
this is one of the few drinks that I don't blend. It's
It's
just
true. It's just over
comes
ice.
out really, really well in a tumbler, and it's our friend George that he's talking about makes some of the most amazing bourbon drinks. He's a
I hope
very
he's
big
listening right now.
bourbon connoisseur.
Yeah.
And so during the social distancing and everything, when we were trying to come up with some way to keep us entertained, he sent us this recipe. He's like, try this out. He was like, you're basically going to be mixing 2 parts bourbon with 1 part Campari, 1 part sweet vermouth. It has to be sweet vermouth. Dry
Not regular
vermouth will
vermouth.
not come out well.
Bleh.
And then add in some orange bitters.
That
on
was
top
actually
of
our
that.
addition. So you're supposed to garnish it with you're supposed to squeeze an orange slice into it and then garnish the glass with it. We're lazy and
Yeah,
didn't
we
want to
don't
go
have
buy
oranges.
oranges because that's like fruit and healthy and stuff. So
And then we got lazier because we ran out of orange bitters, and so the last couple ones had just a splash of triple sec.
please do not judge us too
Wow,
harshly,
you
George.
guys.
Throw all that into a tumbler, shake well, serve over ice into some fancy whiskey glasses.
Yep.
And that
Over a little
was-
bourbon ball that they have a
Oh
little
my
bourbon
gosh,
ice
I've never felt so
Bougie?
poshy. Bougie, yeah, exactly. As having bourbon balls that are actually like these. This is like a silicone. Like I've only ever had seen these things where you sort of like silicone ice shapers, where we used them a long time ago to make ice chess pieces.
Whoa.
Is you'd get them off of ThinkGeek and stuff like that, where you could just freeze into different shapes.
That's right.
But apparently, the concept for that originally came from just making like giant balls of ice to pour whiskey onto.
So good. So good. Yeah, I also learned that from, we got to have some good friends that just teaches us how to be, a little classy while we're drinking.
Yeah, because class isn't ever something that I really put into it. I was just make something alcoholic, drink it.
Get buzzed. We were good for the night.
Like I still have a one of those plastic cups left over from Vegas that you just walk around with all day that I still pour all my drinks into.
Oh, the big blue one.
It's purple, isn't it?
Oh, I don't know.
Whatever.
Colorblind.
It-
Yes,
yeah,
that's what
yeah.
we use when we're day drinking on a Sunday.
This is Blunder and Bungle. We have no judgment here.
I mean, heck, normally when we film gaming winos, it's like, what, 10 o'clock in the morning? And we
We're
go
already
through-
drinking.
We go through a whole bottle of wine by the time we're like 2 hours into it.
Yeah, really watch the episodes. You can see me getting pretty verschnockered as the episodes go on.
Yeah, you can especially tell when it was like the 3rd or 4th episode that was filmed on the same day.
Because he is just.
Sloshed. Oh, God. I have to keep running to the bathroom between breaks and just put eye drops in so my eyes are bloodshot.
Yes.
Oh, fun times.
Oh my goodness.
It's just a Saturday morning.
It's just a normal Saturday.
Yeah, at my house. Yeah, so.
Yes.
But no, we do. We enjoy a good cocktail, and I like it, when Kage comes over and
Yeah.
has a good one every once in a while too.
We've only been talking about cocktails for 27 minutes. So here's a last question I want to end this on for everybody out there listening who's like the really lazy kind, who's like, I don't have time to mix my own cocktails. Do any of you guys have any like pre-made stuff or bottle that's good to just open up
And just
on
start
its own
drinking?
and just drink it?
Well, I can answer that. I don't like to be lazy, but if Jose Cuervo, man, they make a good margarita already pre-made in the container.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
Just by itself?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not talking about a straight liquor. I just mean that, some places have like a pre-mixed sort of cocktail. Like the one that I remember, I haven't had this in years, but when I was first drinking, I had friends that loved Hypnotic.
Ah, yes, Hypnotic.
And that was just, it came in a really, and I'm pretty
I
sure
have
the
no idea
reason
what
why
that
they
even
liked
is.
it,
What
it's
is
it's
that?
this, it came in a really fancy bottle. and
Yeah,
I'm sure
it was a
that's why
French
my
drink.
friends
I
liked
think
it.
it's a French drink.
I think it has vodka in
Yeah,
it
I'm
and a
gonna
bunch
look it
of
up
other
now,
stuff.
actually.
I should know what's in there because I used to drink it, and then, like I said, I don't even remember it really that well. But my friends loved it, and you would just pour it over ice and drink it. Super easy.
Oh, kind of
easy
like
drink.
Smirnoff Ice or something like that.
Exactly, and just lots of sugar. Like I feel like that was one that was just had
Yep.
sugar as ingredient number 2.
Yep, it's vodka, fruit juices, and cognac.
Yeah.
Cognac.
And it's from France.
It's very
so
French.
It is French.
Cognac
People
only
teeth.
comes from France, by the way.
So
Ayo,
I
man.
guess if I really just got bored and I didn't want to mix anything, I would get some Sweet Revenge.
What's that?
It's a strawberry rum flavor that you can get. It's It looks like this.
That doesn't help anyone out there.
It's basically a wild. We'll put a picture up top. A wild strawberry type of drink.
You do like the straw. I remember when you used to get those huge buckets of just strawberry margarita and just like put it in the freezer.
Bucket.
It was a bucket. It's like, do you remember?
It's a bucket.
Like he's being all like, don't judge me.
Don't judge me. It was a bucket.
He'd be like, look what I bought for us, and I'm like, all right, shoot, open.
He didn't care. He
No.
was just getting drink.
That's my favorite. When I come home with something, I'm like, how do I sneak this into the house? Years ago.
Yeah. So it's like a whiskey, but wild strawberry whiskey, basically.
Oh, that's kind of good.
Awesome.
I mean, if you want to be light and be healthier,
I mean, I could always just grab an Angry Orchard.
that's not really being healthier.
That's not really being healthy, is it? But it's apples.
There is a brand that they have out, and again, we're not sponsored by anybody, so
Are you
we're just
into
I'm not in. It's called Skinny Girl, and they have a margarita thing that's really good.
Oh.
Yeah, it's by Bethany Frankel or something like that.
Go.
It's low calorie, low sugar, low carb, and it's gets you. I mean, I add extra tequila. No offense, Bethany, but it's. I need a little more pick me
Might
up.
not be quite as skinny anymore.
I'm like-
At that point, no.
But it's a good mix. Oh, I guess Smirnoff Ice too, huh? I used to drink a good.
I used to drink Smirnoff Ice, yeah.
My first college party, I had Smirnoff Ice. I wasn't in college, but I certainly went to that party.
You certainly went to that.
I didn't go to college, but I went to college parties.
In high
Yeah, and he
school.
kept being invited to him, so he was doing something. Right.
Well, I'd say everybody here has quite the history then.
It's kind of hard to kind of get it all into a half an hour little podcast. There should be like a part 2.
I think they probably will at this point.
We'll just move on to wine in the second part.
Well, at least we'll be able to reference this at a later time. But I think that pretty much does it for today's episode.
Mm-hmm.
So remember, you should go out and have an AMF, a grasshopper. I forgot yours already. AMF or a margarita or something. Go have one. Enjoy it. It's Wednesday,
Yes, AMF.
isn't it?
It is Wednesday at the time of this recording.
Oh, okay.
It'll be Thursday by the time this goes up.
Thirsty Thursday. Go get a margarita, everybody.
Yeah.
So thank you everybody for tuning into this episode of Blun-Bung Radio. I again wish all of you to be safe out there, but have some fun. Enjoy yourselves.
Yep, this is Ruru Monsoon.
Kage Palazzo.
And Revutaro. Till next time, everybody.
Happy Thursday. I'm not even drinking
You're not
yet.
even drinking, and you
Thirsty
just...
Thursday.
Girl.
Thirsty Thursday.
already-
He's
Can't
already
talk.
thinking about
This
that
is just when the
drink.
credits go at the end, right?
What are we having today?
Well, turn off the. I'm not gonna say.
Goodbye,
Goodbye, everyone.
buddy.
Goodbye.